Yo. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is the STS. We are doing an impromptu. Maybe give you about 45, 50 minutes worth of content here. Like I said, man, as you already know, it's your boy K Styles, aka the Sixth Man.
Yeah.
And to the screen right, you know him as the Senator. Bad Mike Sports in the building.
Hello, great people.
Hello. What's going on, man? We're going to kind of bridge the shows this week. As we already know, we have the Atlanta Falcons on a Thursday night football, in which you've already seen the six-man convo combined with the Originators Monday. And we thought might as well go ahead and have us a STS episode and do it early in the week. So as you see that the title of the show is The Art of Dying and the Accustomed Public Execution of the Unholy Alliance. But Seattle Seahawks colors? Nah, this ain't Seahawks colors. It just live.
No. Coach might be Seattle, but we not.
Well, hold on. Let's change it because I didn't even know it was gonna be that damn bright like that. Let's do this right. It's kind of pinkish, but whatever. We deal with that. All right. That's much better. Much better. Okay. Oh no, the StreamYard chose some that random ass color. I was gonna roll with it because I ain't tripping on it, but whatever. So like I said, man, Raymond Elder, Keyshawn, Ski, what's going on? We're not really expecting a high number of people to be on this show this evening, just for the simple fact that this will not be Atlanta Falcons style talk. Mike, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on your Twitter too. So, like I said, get you a little extra coverage on that.
Yes, sir.
So, Mike, man, what's going on with you this evening, man? What is going on?
I am wonderful.
Kind of surprised to have an STS this early in the week.
Shit, I forgot what you said. Warren just texted me at the same time. Y'all, you know my brain care. You know how my brain.
Yeah. Ain't worth a damn when you try to do two things at one time.
I'm bad, y'all.
Sorry ass motherfucker. But I ain't got nothing to say on that. But yeah, man, I just said, man, what's going on with you today, man? What's going on with you?
Hey man, I'm actually doing pretty well, man. I can't complain about it.
Okay.
It's been good.
Okay, as you see, we got the new background for the STS Chronicles in the background, so it looks a little professional this time. So today's topic that we're going to have with this is the art of dying and the public execution of the Unholy Alliance, which is going to be a very interesting conversation. But let me go ahead and give you the backstory on this. This is actually a conversation that I actually been wanting to have for a while now. But because of goofy ass shit that had to be addressed, prolong this conversation in itself.
Yeah, it's been a couple of months actually. We've been trying to get this conversation.
Right. So it had to address a couple shit. So but I definitely want to have this conversation. So, I want to ask everybody that is watching here, when you hear the term "the art of dying," what is your thoughts on that? Leo, shut up. Talk about his wife ready to be passed around. Man, you don't get on somewhere like we ain't finna involve that man wife like that.
Hell no, she ain't got shit to do with that. I'm a a-hole, but damn, that right there too far.
I don't want a lot of mayonnaise on my elbow. I already got enough as it is already. But
You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone because I like your I like my sis. Okay, I'm gonna leave
I love Mrs. Styles. I love Mrs. Styles.
she kind of on the mayonnaise side of the game.
It's more like honey mustard side of the
Honey
game.
mustard.
Let's get it right.
That's what that man said. Honey mustard.
On the honey mustard side of the game. All right, so Keyshawn is the first one to kind of be associated. Okay, Raymond said he loved playing in the snow. Ain't nothing wrong.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, if you love playing in the snow, hey, shit, hey, do your thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And Keyshawn here already started off. He said, the art of dying is knowing how to take criticism.
Mm.
Let's see if anybody else got something on that. Leo, shut up. Talk about the Mrs. Depot seasoning. She gonna take it. Ain't enough seasoning to get her my skin complexion. She just honey mustard at this point.
That's locked. Okay, locked
exactly. Ain't enough sun to turn her my skin complexion. But yeah, like so when we think about the term the art of dying, does anybody know where that term, well, like I said, why that term is so popular? And Mike, what do you feel about that term? And is because hold on, let me see. What do you think about that term, the art of dying? What's your thoughts on that?
So, like for me personally, like I said, I'm the son of a preacher. Okay, my mom did a lot of work in the church helping battered women and whatnot. So when I think about that, the art of dying, it's like the art of leaving something behind, like completely killing that mentality, uh, emotions, because sometimes your emotions get uh, kind of wrapped up and stuck. So it's like when I hear that the art of dying, those are the things that come up to mind for me personally.
Okay. Let me go ahead. And for those that don't know why we're saying this, we're going to let the great Bruce Lee explain to you what we mean by this. Hold on. Let me cut this up the right way. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
All right. You just heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you hear that from the horse's mouth itself, what do you think the message is on that?
Being able to free your mind, that right there. I heard that term so much in quite a few movies, obviously, where Morpheus said to Neo when he was about to, when he was trying to show him how to jump from one building to another building, and Neo end up saying it's impossible, and Morpheus he showed him he went first, and he jumped from one building to another, and then Neo obviously with his he was doubting himself, and when he jumped, he didn't jump comfort with a lot of confidence. He ended up falling straight to the ground because he didn't have a confidence. He didn't believe in it. So it was like, that's what I get. Like, that's what comes to mind when I say.
So just listen to what we just listened to. He said everybody wants to learn the way to win, but never accept the way to lose. You must free your mind. You must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying to be liberated from it. So for a lot of people that don't know what that is, that's actually Bushido ideology. For those that don't know what Bushido is the code of the samurai. It is basically is you have to accept the fact that you're going to die. So in a way, you are liberated from having the fear of dying, which is going to give you the mindset of really giving your all. Like Keisha here said, in Dragon Ball, it said, free your mind to perform at your peak. Juan, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Out here watching deer run rampant.
Are they freeing their ambitious minds out there?
They're freely taking over people's backyards.
That sounds about right, man. That sounds about right. So, Juan, what's going on with, like I said, hey, man, so we got the topic here today where we're talking about the Bruce Lee quote where he's talking about the art of dying. When you hear that phrase right there, what's your thoughts that go into it?
First of all, you must be water, my friend.
Water.
Must be water. Meaning that you must be flexible enough to fit in whatever situation you find yourself in. Yet resourceful enough to get yourself out of that situation. Water. What is the ultimate saying about water? Water will find a way.
Yeah.
It will find a way.
Like I said, the water will take the shape of anything of anything that could contain it.
Right.
Rather it be a jar,
a glass, a teapot. But water will also find a way out, and it will mow down anything in its path.
In which the human body is made up of 75% water, which also lets you know that it is one of the strongest elements in the world.
The thing about that Bruce Lee quote, and I was telling Mike and them today, Bruce Lee and Yoda is like back to back. The problem is Yoda has a saying that you must learn to let go. You must unlearn what you have learned, and you must learn to let go. That which you fear to lose. Why? Because losing things is inevitable. Plain and simple. Life is about evolution. Losing things is inevitable. The more you hold on, the more you tend to lose it. That goes for people, opportunities, situations, relationships, all of it.
So would you say is the ultimate life form of a human being is not being able to maintain, but being able to evolve? That's what you're saying?
The ultimate form of being a human being is to be not fixed but fluid. If you notice, biology tells us this every day. Why don't little kids have aches and pains like adults?
Because we old as hell and they not.
Well, what it is, little kids stay moving every day, all day, even in sleep, they move.
Oh Lord.
This boy John said, "Did I just walk into a philosophy class by mistake?"
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
This is the STS. We told you it's gonna be different.
Yeah. The STS is not a Falcons pertained show. It will have some Atlanta Falcons elements to it, but what it is what y'all seeing with these STS, especially this type of show today, is kind of like our own conversations behind the scenes that y'all get a chance to see on a live.
Yeah. It's because the thing is everybody wants to apply philosophy when it's not them, when it doesn't apply to them. Everybody wants to be philosophical when it doesn't apply to them. Because it looks cute. That's why Bruce Lee, if you watch that clip that Bruce Lee was telling that guy, he was basically training a guy in a movie because he couldn't fight. And he had to fight somebody. And Bruce Lee was telling him, he said, "Well, how long do you have?" He was like, "Not long, but I'm trying to learn how to fight." And Bruce was like, "Well, pretty much you're going to lose because you don't know how to fight." He was like, "Well, how can you make me fight better?" He said, "Well, you got to learn the art of dying. You got to learn to accept the ass whooping you may get."
Yeah, yep. And that's what Yoda tried to teach Luke throughout his entire life, because one of the things about Luke, he would get so emotional, like his father Anakin, aka Mr. Darth Vader. He would lose sight because both of those guys were just fixated on being the best and winning all the time. And one of them, even in The Last Jedi, he had a statement, he had a quote, "Masters are defined by their past success, but by how their students surpass them, acknowledging their flaws and evolving." And that's what we mean by the art of dying. Failure is how you're going to get to a peak, and a lot of people don't like to fail. They don't like to fail. They only want to acknowledge all of the good things that happen. But a lot of the best thing that happened to us is by failing, losing something.
Well, remember, Yoda didn't learn that until after he died. But what Anakin's problem was, Anakin had a problem with letting go. Luke had a problem with being patient. If you notice what he told Luke, he said, "Always your eyes to the horizon, never your mind on what you're doing." Luke was always trying to jump ahead 4 or 5 steps so that he could take care of everything.
Like his father. Same thing.
Yeah, that's why he got beat on that first duel with Darth Vader, because he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of Vader now because I'm gonna get this out the way." He was like, "You ain't ready. I'm good enough. I'll figure it out." And Vader wasn't even trying to fight it because Vader knew he wasn't good enough. But at that second time, Vader like, "Wait a minute, you a lot stronger than I thought."
Something different in you. I seen something different in you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So that's why we're so successful, because we have freed ourselves from anybody's opinions, anybody's likings, anybody's anything. We don't answer to that. So we're fluid.
Something might mess y'all up. I don't apologize for it, but y'all gonna be messed up by this episode.
Yeah. So the reason why we're saying this, the thing is just let y'all know, the art of dying is the mantra of the Unholy Alliance. Let me say that again. One of our mantras over here is we have accepted the art of dying, which means we, like Juan just said, we have freed ourselves from
The ridicule.
From not just the ridicule, but just from the expectations, the demonization of every one of us on the panel. We have understood that we would never be loved by anyone in here. We understand we are the 20% when it comes to this Falcon space. We understand that people want us gone. We understand that we're going to offend people. We understand that we're not for everybody, which makes us free to be who we are.
What you got to understand, to be honestly, it's painful. It's more painful for us to stay in this box than it is to be free.
Yeah, it's painful as hell for me to be.
I'll put it to you like this. You remember them old folks back in the 70s when they used to wear them dress shoes and they couldn't get their feet in, so they had that shoehorn, that piece of metal, they had to stuff their foot in the shoe. You know how bad your feet feel when you wear shoes that don't fit?
Oh, them shit suck. Them shit suck.
Yeah, my
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I broke a toe. That don't feel good, boy. You break a toe, you got a small shoe. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. You can have a nigga 6'8", 700 pounds, and you cram his big ass 16 size foot in a small shoe. He gonna become a bitch. He gonna put on a dress because it's gonna hurt.
Exactly.
So
yeah, like shot.
We don't fit. We don't fit no more. So it's like it hurts. It hurts to stick around. It hurts to be worried about, is this person gonna like my take, or they gonna agree with my point, or are they gonna get mad at something I said because I hurt their feelings. I don't care.
Like BP here said, we've been saying for years, we are not for everyone.
That's it.
And the ideology of, and what the biggest issue that comes down to what we have to deal with is we deal with a lot of people who are so adamant and so worried about fitting in and wanting to be loved by everybody that the unholy alliance have become the abnormal in the space.
Yep.
We gotta think about it from this standpoint. Since we've started doing this, we've been called everything from Matt Ryan lovers, cult, demons, hood niggas, ghetto trash,
IGGERs.
Yeah. And you know why? You know why? Because they're trying to explain what we are. They're trying to make sense of what we are to other people. It's not us. They're trying to make sense. They're trying to make sense of what we are to other people. So when you see them, it's not, oh, you know, the people that rock with us, oh, they're informative, they're funny, they're entertaining, but they're gut wrenching at times. They can get gritty. They're like, yeah, that's that right there. But it's like, oh, when I speak to a hater, how do I speak to them? Well, they're a cult. They're a bunch of meanies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't forget BP. Don't forget we've been called racist too. So yeah. So in Atlanta Falcon land, these are the talking points that all the people in the 80% have about this group over here. This is why we consider ourselves the 20%. The 20% does not belong.
Nope.
It would never belong with the 80%.
It don't fit.
It doesn't fit. And the reason why the art of dying fits. Oh, Leo said, yeah, bullies too. Yeah. Oh, the bullies thing, that's the main one. Yeah, that's the main one. But this is the reason why, and we're telling y'all the reason why we always do what we do and we're unapologetic, because we have accepted the fact that to these people, we are considered dead. This is our declaration of saying we are walking corpses with the Falcon logo on the side of our heads.
Yeah. Here's something interesting. It's and people, y'all gonna find this real morbid, but we die every day.
Mm-hmm.
We die every day. We live once. And I know a lot of y'all talking about, so what you talking about? I'll be alive when I get up in the morning. Yeah, that's grace. But you die every day because you change. You're not the same person that you were the day before. You die every day. You give up something. You give up an ideology. You give up being stubborn. You give up a bad habit. You give up a bad way of thinking. You give up a bad way of responding. This is why you got social media with this nice little, I'm in my healing phase. I got to go out here and hug a tree and sniff some weed, and I got to drink some extra purified water to cleanse myself. No, you just got to change what you're doing.
Roses in my
I gotta go out here and I gotta floss myself with some thorns. I gotta make myself, I gotta go prancercise in some tall grass to feel free. No, you just gotta do something different.
Right.
So you die every day, but you live once.
And Jerome here said, man, fuck the folks. Keep doing what y'all been doing, keeping y'all originality. Y'all, we have been right to express how we feel about our team. And that's exactly what we're saying. Like you said, like you said, the thing is they want us to change who we are. And what we are saying here is we're never going to be what they want us to be.
They can't live.
You know what? You guys, well, not you guys, but the fan base in itself are mad at us because we're not experts. And I thought about this the other day. What is the one thing experts have a hard time trying to do? Mike, this should jump right out at you. What is the one thing experts have a hard time trying to do?
I mean, it's quite a few of them, but like one for me as the expert is trying to not be.
Well, that's part of it, but I'm gonna say it out. Experts have the hardest time trying to learn new things.
It's not me.
Right.
Because they feel like
experts.
They feel like they've already accomplished. That's what I mean by not be.
Yeah. Experts. See, the thing is, why it's dangerous to call yourself an expert, because expert, the title in essence refers to somebody that has maximized their learning. They don't see a need to learn anything. Yeah. So an expert has the hardest time with learning new stuff. That is, new concepts. If they messed up on a take and they got to take it back, they had a hardest time learning stuff. You never want to be an expert. You always need a student. Student's more flexible. The expert is fixed.
You gotta be able to learn to be a part of everything. To be like, you have to accept the fact that you're never going to know it all. And a person that labels themselves an expert in a certain field, in a certain area, like they don't want to be alone. So again, that's what I meant by they don't want to be. They don't want to be a part of things because they feel like they are that thing.
Yeah. 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 You
And
never hear Kev say, you never hear Kev say, hey, man, I'm the sixth man. I know what I know. I know it all. You never hear Mike say, oh yeah, I'm Mad Mike Sports. You know, I know this, that. No, Mike will say, yeah, you know, we still learning. We still finding out stuff. Or we don't know. That flexibility keeps you honest and it keeps people trusting you. When you say you're an expert, the first thing I hear is there is nothing else I need to learn about whatever topic I'm talking.
that's why I always go by the philosophy of the dumbest guy in the room is the one that thinks he knows everything. The smartest guy in the room is constantly learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I would never proclaim myself to be the smartest guy in the room, even though these motherfuckers keep claiming that I think I'm the smartest guy in the room, but whatever.
You know it all. Y'all think y'all know it all.
Well, here's the deal. If you're the smartest guy in the room, then you can't apply the art of dying. Because guess what? There is no constant change. If you're an expert, you can't apply the art of dying because you've only died once.
Hey, Terry Lloyd here with the $5 said people will hate you because you don't follow a crowd. They want to be you, but not strong enough to deal with the sacrifice.
Ding, 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 ding.
There you go.
That ain't the truth.
Yeah. Anytime, look, why you think the term heavy is the head that wears the crown? Because guess what? It's responsibility to hold that crown up. Y'all gotta understand. If you ever watch Game of Thrones, being the king wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I don't know if I can take that many death threats. Okay, I don't know about that one.
That look, and look at every king. If y'all have ever seen Game of Thrones, all 7 seasons, you know right off the bat, y'all looked at Ned Stark and was like, you know what, that's some bullshit.
Exactly.
Like really, like this man, that was a good man. That's some bullshit. And then
I see why. Look, I see why Lannister stay drunk all the time.
Exactly.
All them damn death.
Hey! I'm about to say, Leo dropped the gem here. A wise man will thank you. Correct a fool, he will hate you.
Yes. You never correct the fool. That's why they tell you don't argue with a fool, because at a distance the person can't tell the difference. Yeah, you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why when we get on here and you hear Mike say, "Hey, man, we ain't doing that no more." When we get on here with certain individuals that just come in here just to misunderstand, it's like, no, we're not doing that, because to y'all, when we start engaging with them for so long, y'all like, wait a minute, who the dummy out here? You argue with a fool long enough, the dummy become the smart one.
Exactly. Because what you end up doing is you end up becoming the dummy, just like the dummy. And now, like you said, now that you're on equal footing, the dummy becomes the smart one.
Yeah. Because guess what happens? The dummy never changes his point of view in the conversation. You do.
John told Leo said that sounds biblical.
It actually
is the art of dying. And Mike even gave me the information on this. The art of dying actually is biblical.
Yeah,
it says die to oneself.
Yeah, it also says too. It tells you how to do conflict resolution. It says, okay, if you should have an issue with your brother, and you go to him and he does not listen, you don't force him. You go back and get 2 more of good counsel to come to your brother, but you pull him to the side so as not to embarrass him, so that he will listen to what you got to say. So it's a protocol for conflict resolution, and it's a protocol for, like, just what I said earlier. You must die every day, but you only live once. There's something about you that has to change in order for you to get better. Everybody on this panel right now had to let a part of ourselves go in order to get to this part. Period.
Right.
Kev had to let go of the liquor so that his health can be maintained. Mike had to let go of personal issues with certain people so that Mike could be the best version of himself. Me, I had to learn to tune out people's stupidity and focus on what was important. Why? Because we wouldn't be here having this conversation, being our old selves. They don't fit.
Arguing with a fool. So it's several quotes here. Is it engaging with the fools on their terms make you just as foolish? Like I said, that's a proverb. That's in proverb.
Yeah.
So like when you arguing, you're in a lot of people. A lot of times our ego with the best of them. Sometimes, yeah, man might want to overthrow Mike. All right, he really does a lot of the time. But you got to realize when you're arguing with people that have chosen that this is how they're going to view you without actually getting to know you, that makes you the fool. They're no longer in the wrong. Let me rephrase that. They are wrong at what they do, but you're on equal level and equal terms with them because you decided you're gonna go out of your way to make them view you this way, and that's what we mean by the art of dying.
Yeah.
Which in layman's term is the anti-Mad Mike playbook.
Right.
Yeah.
The anti-Unholy Alliance playbook. The anti-K Styles playbook. The anti-Juan playbook. The anti-Sam playbook.
Yeah.
It all ties into one. And the second part of this conversation is the public execution of the Unholy Alliance. What we're talking about public execution, what we're saying is we have officially now embraced the fact that in this space, we are officially dead. Let me say that again. We have officially embraced the fact that in this Falcon space, the Unholy Alliance is officially appointed to be dead.
Let me ask a question, Kev.
Go ahead.
Mike, let me ask y'all a real dumb question. Y'all gonna love it.
Right.
You ever tried to kill air?
It can't kill air. It's all around us.
Look, I done tried to bite it a few times. It didn't work out in my favor.
They helped me give me a couple extra breaths. That's about it.
Okay. And this is the reason why y'all can't get rid of us. You're trying to kill the very thing you need to breathe. Think about it like this, and I'll be the one to tell you. You dislike us, but you need us for information. So if you get rid of us, you get rid of the information. While you could go to other places, you're not going to get information like you get from us because we have created a way where we have created a way in which you can't get this type of entertainment nowhere else. So if you try to get rid of us, you kill the very air you use to breathe.
I always said before, if you want to be the good guy, you have to have a villain. The problem is for y'all, and the problem is for this area that we're in, you only have one villain. And that's this group. Because if you have an entire space, an entire group of good guys, eventually what's going to end up happening is eventually somebody going to become the villain. What's up?
Right. Yeah. You need the villain. Look, what did Joker say? If y'all ever watch Batman, Joker is my most favorite villain of all time because he's one of the smartest. He told Batman, he said, I don't want to kill you. He said, I need you. He said, "You're my yin to my, I'm your yin to your yang." He said, "Guess what? I'm the unstoppable force that meets the immovable object." Meaning, every time we meet up, there is a balanced stalemate. I create the problems, you come to solve the problems.
All right, my bad. But yeah. But like I said, that's kind of one of the reasons why when we, like I said, the previous STS shows that we have had on this channel has always had to address some kind of foolishness that has always been said about us, or quote unquote rumors and exposure takes.
And it's always things that never happen. It's always about things that it's almost like an urban legend at this point. Nobody has any truth to what's, nobody has any fact, nobody's ever seen it, but everybody believes it because a lot of people see it.
Right. But what we're doing here with this show today is we are officially announcing for whatever urban legends that y'all have, whatever takes that y'all have to demonize this crew. You could wish death upon us. You could wish bad upon us. All we're saying is that's fine. We accept the fate. We accept death. This is why the art of dying is very important. This group of guys over here has accepted our deaths in the space. And what I mean,
clarify that, because a lot of people be like, "What's going on here?" Clarify.
Look. I'm gonna pray for you, because when you do that, because when you wish death on somebody, think about it. You here's a double-edged sword. You got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'm gonna pray for you.
But clarify that, Kev.
Okay, you said clarify us of accepted our deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we say accepting our deaths, it means whatever you try to do to destroy us, we accept it. We're what it is saying that we are liberated. Like I said, we have liberated ourselves from the constant scrutiny, the yearly attempts of cancellation, and the made up rumors that nobody can prove to be true.
Right.
We're
no longer in a defense mode. We're no longer in a defense, a defensive stance. We're just like, all right, this is just another attempt. You know what I'm saying? So that's what.
To break it down, and I'm gonna be short because it's probably gonna shock y'all. We have liberated ourselves from the construct of approval.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, because the main thing that comes with this is the reason why. And what do I always say? That word "why" is a very dangerous word.
Yeah.
Because the reason why y'all have constantly been seeing the constant barrage and the assassination of characterization of every guy that's on this panel and every guy that's over here is because of us to refuse to conform to the 80%.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Juan.
You can't
go
be
ahead.
us. You can't be us, and you can't beat us. Let me say that again. When you get that kind of energy, the person can't be you, and they can't beat you.
Mm-hmm.
So another
go
thing
ahead.
too, when it comes down to when Kev said about questions, one of the things about questions is that even the Bible asks us to not take someone's word for it. You ask questions, and it says, think about uh Jesus, what he did. He always used questions to try to teach people because, like I said, if you just take people's word for it, it's like, all right, Warren just said, you know what, Mike, man, I don't know why you keep doing that. Why you keep saying that? Like, why you keep saying that? You're gonna get yourself in trouble. And I'm asking you, and I ask him why. That's wise. I'm
Yeah.
asking you why. You just don't take someone's word. That's the surest path to some bullshit. Is to not ask questions, just take somebody word for it. See, this is what a lot of content creators, because they feel as though that they're the smartest, and not just content creators. A lot of people. You've seen people in this chat who we know to be. Thank God he's not in this one. But he always saying, always talking about black man, black man, black man, and then we ask him questions like why. Like why aren't we? Why? Okay, so why is this such a problem? Why do I only have to focus on black people? Why? Why we're not asking? Why we're not bringing up the fact that all right, even black people. If black people were the first people on earth, how are we gonna blame white people for slavery? We created slavery. If we were the first people on, so questions. People don't like questions because questions lead to truth.
Well, well,
And to be honest, it leads to reflection. It
well
really
yeah.
go ahead.
I was just about to say that my people. Yeah, you want to know reason why Jesus was so masterful with parables and questions? It's because when you ask a question, it forces the person that you ask the question. It puts a mirror in front of their face.
Reflection. Yep.
Yeah, he spoke in parables so that people would understand
Mm-hmm.
how to make spirit how to bring the spirit realm to the earth. He basically broke it down in parables so that you could understand how he was able to see both sides of the spectrum. But he asked questions to force you to look at yourself in the question.
Yep.
That's it. So when we add, if you ever heard us with Tank or anybody else, what do? When we ask the question, we force them to see themselves in the question, which forces them to think. Now they got to think about what they've said, how they've said it, what the tone is. So now you question yourself, like, well, did that really make sense? And yeah, now you have a conversation with yourself. And most of the time, if the conversation ain't going good in their head, they get mad because
Yep.
that sounds stupid. But pride is
Questions
not going
lead
to
to
let you tell Mike
reflection.
that you know you sound stupid.
Mm-hmm. And what we always ask, why do I sound stupid? And people can never tell it because they're saying things that they really don't believe, but they're saying it because they're in their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
What's up,
So
Don? What's going on with you?
Everybody need to save themselves, man. Everybody need to put some type of religion in their life. And I'm being serious with what I say right now. You don't know when you're gonna breathe your last breath. You don't know when you're gonna spend your last second on this earth. Like, people take things for granted, and one thing we take for granted is love. Like, we don't take nothing else. There's a lot of things human beings take for granted, but one thing we take for granted the most is love and time.
There you go.
Get back, and
Well,
once you out of somebody's good grace, you can't get that back. You can't get
well,
that, and then love turns to hate.
well, Don, I'm gonna tell you like this. You're not lying. I got some news today. I have had a rough year. I got some news today that my god sister passed yesterday, the one I grew up with. Guess what I find out? I find it out on you. I find it out on Facebook. So yeah. So Don's not lying. I spoke with her recently, maybe about a couple weeks back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no. This is why social media doesn't bother me. And it never will. Because I've been conditioned and I've seen so many people leave here that somebody's disdain for what I say over a very minute topic will never bother me. I've seen too many loved ones go and nothing never be said to be worried about somebody on social media being mad at me. Never.
Yeah, like I said, that's even just for myself. Like I said, even just going back to 2021. Like you said, I just had that situation where I had a very severe case of appendicitis to where if I hadn't shown up to the hospital in the time that I did, the doctor literally said my appendix was 2 centimeters away from busting wide open inside my body.
Yep. Sepsis.
Let me say that again. My appendicitis was so bad in 2021 that the doctor literally said my appendix was 2 centimeters away from busting inside my body. I sat there and I fought that pain for damn near 3 weeks until I said I'm just gonna stop being stubborn and see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So just to be honest with you, so just saying it from this standpoint. If I would have been stubborn for another couple of days, I probably wouldn't even be alive right now to talk to y'all.
Stubborn. That's the number one killer of everything in our lives is stubbornness. Including dreams, but mostly dreams because everybody wants to know and they want to do the things and not do certain things because that's just the way they want it.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine, Mike? We start doing this shit and we're getting a lot of momentum, and then all of a sudden I just die a year after starting doing this shit.
Not at the time. Like I said, it took me 2 years to goddamn convince you to do it. It took me 2 years to convince him. Probably longer than that.
Well, Kev, that see, we talking about dying to ourselves, but we're not talking about dying to ourselves in that fashion.
And not in that fashion, but I'm just going off of what Don is saying about cherishing everything and cherishing every moment.
Yeah.
We have a mentality that it was developed as kids. We had a mentality that we got our whole life ahead of us. That's what our parents told us. That's what our elders told us. Guess what? Nobody told us, hey, tomorrow ain't promised. You ain't here tomorrow ain't promised till you got in your 20s. Until you did something real stupid and tomorrow ain't promised. Huh? Wait a minute, I thought I had my whole life ahead of me. No, you don't. Every day you get past the day before is grace.
If I was, like I said, man, if I was this horrible man that most people think I am, or I ain't gonna say some people think I am, I won't even be doing most of the stuff that I'm doing right now.
Right.
I'd be somewhere in a remote area doing myself, not worried about nothing, not taking care of no responsibilities at all.
Right.
And I have the power to do those things. People don't understand, like, as a grown man, I have the power to do whatever I want. But I choose to do the right things. So,
right.
The power in doing whatever you want. The power is in accepting responsibility for the care of others, despite your ability to be able to do you.
I have the power to say who I can talk to or who I don't want to fuck with. I have that power.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Right.
It's a different. Everybody don't suppose it's good to love everybody, but sometimes you just don't. Some people do things to cause people to excommunicate themselves. It's excommunicate someone out of their life, and that's fine. That's normal. Keep it respectful though at the same time, because the thing is, it's a thin line between not liking somebody, but it's another thing by you doing things, malicious things to them. It's a difference between.
Yeah.
I like a lot of.
Well,
It's a lot of people I don't like, but have I done any malicious things to people? No, I haven't. I move on and I focus on myself. Look, I got responsibilities I got to take care of. I ain't got time to sit here and think about, oh, this person don't like me, or this person said this thing about me, or how I did them a few years ago, or whenever. I don't have time to sit down.
well, you know what, Don? The funny thing is, you can love anybody, but not everybody deserves access to you to your space. See, love can be given. Access to you has to be earned, and this is where they get love messed up because people confuse love with access. No,
Only
you love.
The only people that you are required to love unconditionally is your fucking kids. Outside of that, it's a choice. It is a choice.
Well, that is, but the thing is, a lot of things, to be honest, nothing is really required for us to do, to be honest, except for just follow the right things. And the teachings of God tell us to do is to love everyone. Now, you would be judged harshly in regards to your children according to how you raise them. So that's why it's important for you to raise your kids the right way. So if they don't get the right teachings, if you don't guide them the right way, that's when the punishments for you are going to be a lot. It's going to be harsh, but it's, especially as a parent, it's definitely going to be a lot harsher than most. But we're required to love everybody, but that's still free will. But when it comes to our kids, yeah, our kids and teaching the kids, and when we talk about teaching kids, we're not just talking about blood. They're talking about kids that need help, that isn't blood, that doesn't have a father, that doesn't have a mother, that don't have an uncle or grandmother or grandfather. We're required to teach them the right way. So if we're not teaching them the right way, guess what? We're gonna be judged. Because what if a kid is sitting on at a gas station dirty and sleeping by the dumpster and stuff like that, and we drive past it every day? You're gonna be judged by that type of stuff. Because you you should have done something and you didn't do anything. So all of us is going to be we're going to be judged heavily on these types of things because you should have done something and you didn't do anything. And love is something that we're required to do. We're required to love everybody, but not everybody does that.
And shout out to D Sloan. He said, appreciate y'all for putting out the awesome content. No matter what, y'all are the chosen ones.
All of us is chosen in some sort of way.
In some sort of way.
Damn, man, you feel like 2000 Jeff Jarrett, bro.
Look. I never want to be considered a chosen one. The chosen ones are always the biggest targets for extermination. But the thing about it is we cannot be afraid to be the chosen ones. That's the biggest difference.
Everything.
This
Yeah,
is like I
everybody
said,
with that.
once again, it goes back to what the art of dying is about.
Now
You
look,
cannot, you cannot be, you cannot be afraid to stand for something, even if it pisses off the majority.
This right here. That
Love
right
God,
there.
your wife, your neighbor, and your enemies. That's about covers it.
And a lot of just focus on our kids, and we just focus on we just focus on the people that in that house. When you got somebody that really needs your help, that's not your brother, that's not your sister, that's not your cousin, that's not your blood, we just sit back and treat them like crap. So you're going to be judged by a lot of things, as we all should.
Can't nobody say that anybody on this panel don't do those things. We don't practice what we preach. We do. I get paid to do it on a daily.
Yep.
Not money, because I can do way more things and make way more money than what I'm making right now.
I've been
the perfect example of that.
I've been doing it all my life for free. So shit, I can't
free,
say
Gail. Good God Almighty.
that.
There's times I look, it's free. It's always gonna be free. Because the stuff that you give, the knowledge that you give, like that stuff is the stuff the knowledge I know, it ain't paid for. That's why I said I still choose to do it.
Exactly. So, like you said, man, we about to go ahead and start winding it down. But like I said, pretty much the moral of what this show was about is what we're saying. A lot of times, you cannot be afraid to be an outcast. You cannot be afraid to not conform. You cannot be afraid to think differently. The thing about it is when you're dealing with groups of people, if you have a different ideology, if you have a different way of doing things from them, you get like I said, a lot of times you're going to have to come to the realization that you will not be loved. You will be ostracized. You will be shamed for your opinions. You will be shamed to be different. That's why I say it's a lot easier this is why they say it's a lot easier for a wrestler to be a heel than it is to be a face. Because as being a heel, you don't have any restrictions and you can do pretty much whatever the hell you want. But if you're a face, you have a lot of restrictions. See, the real reason why they don't like us is because we don't have restrictions on how we do things. It's called being unapologetic about it. K Styles, Bad Mike, Don, Mr. Tactician, OG Sam, Truth, Fresh, Ant, Coach, and etc. We are all unapologetically who we are. And like I said, and we have accepted the fact that you, the people, consider us a vessel, a dying soul, the exit. But guess what? No matter how much you think that you want us out, it's always one person that looks to us and shows tell us what we've done for them, and they appreciate us. So as long as there's one person who we help that appreciates the help that we do to them or we give to them, you can never kill the unholy alliance. Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Falcon Space, Atlanta Falcon Media. You can do everything you can to kill the unholy alliance. But as long as there's one person that always tells us that we've helped them, it'll never work. Because guess what? Everybody is not going to fit in. The space is too small. So the survival of the fittest when it comes to this shit is not about who can assimilate to the majority. It's who is willing to step out of the box and be the difference. That is what makes the Unholy Alliance what it is. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
No.
We here to say,
Oh yeah, big ad.
you ain't got to go home.
But you got to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, 45 people in here, so it look like they like this conversation, Mike.
Yes, sir. I like
it. All right, man. So, like I said, man, this is the true STS and what the STS about. Not that other Jerry Springer shit y'all been saying all summer. We can take it there, but this is what we want the STS to be, is these type of conversations right here. So, like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and continue to support 6MK Live. You got Michael Lenson TV. This is the new channel from Mad Mike Sports where you're going to have a lot of these conversations as well. And make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for the Heavy Hitters Live. We got another week of Falcon football talk. Y'all stay tuned for that because this is going to be hilarious. So, hey, man, we out here. Appreciate you.
I'm going to bring another topic tomorrow, too.
Okay.
It's going to be a fat, big bat thing.
It's a big bad thing. All right. Hey, look, go ahead, bring it. Bring it, Don.
You better
Like
talk about the Falcons the whole time. Ain't nobody really want to talk about that the whole time. So
hey, look. We can bring the big bat, the big bat 20 on the show. So we do that. Like I said, man. Like I said, y'all just make sure y'all subscribe and show love to the Heavy Hitters Live, man. We gonna continue to be doing this thing. Even in the off season too. Like I said, everything is going to be based on y'all. So, hey, y'all can have the rest of y'all night. We out. Dukes. Bye, nigga.